One of the classes I took was children's literature under Brittany Stevenson. As part of our requirement, we were asked to do a project with our class, and there were about 5 different areas that we could choose from. And I had already decided on one project, and then Brittany had invited in a gentleman with the Dream Center program here in Utah, and his name is Alfred Murillo. And when I started to hear him speak about what he was doing, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. They work with children, and they work with the adults both, trying to get the parents on board as well. And so as part of our Learning Service Project, we met once a week with families that had selected to do this program. And it's an 8-week program. And there were 4 of us volunteers. We met with the students directly. And then Cira Mera, who is with the Juvenile Department of Justice program, she met with the parents. Now all of these students, and these range from preschoolers to high school, they all spoke Spanish and they all spoke English. Cira Mera also was bilingual, and all of the parents spoke Spanish, and a few of the parents spoke English, just a little bit of English. And so part of this program is not only to help the students, and I call them students, they're children, to improve in their school skills, but to educate the parents. And she would teach them programs such as how to gain access to the school website so they could know what the children's programs are, children's assignments are, and what they were receiving in grades. She also taught them about learning disabilities and what kind of resources are in the community to help with that. She taught them about the importance of education itself and how important it is to go on to college. So she was really empowering the parents as we were helping the students in the families. Most of these families, 5 and 6 children came, sometimes with both parents, most often with just one parent. And these children in these families were also interpreters for their parents because the parents spoke so little English. Each time we met, we started with a dinner, and I asked the O'Meara one time, how is all this provided for? And she said it was community business donations. And I want you to know that these businesses donated generously to these families. And there was always plenty to eat and food to take home as well. And Cira Mera shared with us that sometimes this is really the only solid meal that some of these families get every week. So it really was impressive in that way. We had very eager students. And I worked with the ones that were elementary to junior high school. Then we had a group that was high school, and they happened to be all boys. Then we had quite a few little preschoolers as well, some met with them. And these students were eager to learn. They had a lot to catch up on, and they were very eager to understand what it was that they were to do so that they could accomplish their assignments. And we only had a couple of students that really didn't want to be in the program, but they came as a family because that's a requirement. One was a high school boy, and he was quite tall and very shy. He wouldn't ever look me in the eye at almost the whole program. And he'd come and he'd say, no, I don't have any homework. I don't have any homework. Now, if they don't have homework, we're supposed to provide them with homework, but he wouldn't even do that. This group of boys, they met with one of the older gentlemen. He was 25 years old, also a student. But he worked on building relationship with them. We all worked on building relationships with them. And to build a level of trust. And pretty soon I saw that this young man would start bringing in homework, only he'd bring it out of his pocket the last 10 minutes. So in case the teacher wasn't going to help him, I'd call him teacher, but we're volunteers, wasn't going to help him, then at least he was safe. He wasn't going to feel that rejected. So he got the help. And then towards the end of the program, he was bringing out right thing right at the very first of the program, which I thought was really good. And it was a compliment to his volunteer who tried to build that trust and the relationship with the student. And an amazing thing happened too is that he'd start talking to me because I'd be serving in the food at dinner. And I'd ask him a question. He wouldn't look at me. He'd mumble some reply. And at the end, he'd look me in the eye and he would answer my question, which was a huge improvement. We had one other girl who proved to be a little bit of a challenge. We had to set some ground rules. This was a 12-year-old girl, and later I found out the 14-year-old girl was her sister as well. And they never bring any homework, and they say, no, I don't have any homework. We had to set the ground rules. Yes, you're supposed to bring your homework. Yes, if you do not bring your own homework, we're going to provide you with some. Yes, you have to sit in a chair. And the reason we had that rule is because if they didn't, if we didn't set that rule, they were rolling across the floor trying to create, a little bit of traction. And the last one was, no, you cannot sit with the high school boys. Because then nobody got any work done at all. And she was a little bit of a challenge and a little bit belligerent and uncooperative. And one week she didn't show up. And I go, oh, good, I'm glad she's not here. And then that really took me up short because her cooperation, or lack of cooperation, was not a reflection on me at all. But my judgment of her and being glad that she was not there, that is a direct reflection of me. And it really caught me short, and I had to do a really quick attitude adjustment. And I decided to start every week fresh, as if the plate was clean, and I was extremely glad to see her. The whole program was based on what can I do to help you. Alfred and his wife, their last name is Murillo, have the Dream Center. And their theme is, what can I do to help you accomplish what you want to do in life? And so we try to implement that with the children too. As I am here to help you, what can I do to assist? It's not a reform program. It's not a helping, it's not a handout, but it is a helping hand up. And I think what really makes this program work is the parents' involvement. Because C. O'Mara was educating these parents on what they can do to be a huge support in their own children's lives. And through the many, many studies that have been done, we all know that parents' involvement in the child's education is what makes the biggest indicator of success. Not only are grades improved, there's less truancy, there's less violent behavior, there's greater educational graduation from the 12th grade, and more students go on to college as well. So this is really the power of this program, is getting the parents and the students involved and educating them both, but particularly the parents, so that we can create greater families, greater communication within the family, better communities, and overall, as a nation as a whole, everything is improved. I really love doing this work. C. O'Mara shared with us one story at the very end, that a student in another previous program to us, every week the teenage boy would say, "Dad, I don't have any homework, don't even ask me, I'm doing just fine." Well, when the dad found out how to get on the internet and find out what the boys' scores were, he found that boy was pulling a D, and that he was behind many assignments. And so when he said, "Dad, I'm okay," he says, no, this is what I have learned. And that's what this whole program was about, is empowering the parents, which empowers our nation. So thank you.